Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins Collections, where we uncover the stories and secrets behind some of the world's most intriguing and valuable coins. Today, we're diving into a classic American coin that has stood the test of time, the United States 1-cent Lincoln wheat penny from 1957. This small coin, often overlooked by many, could actually be worth a small fortune if you know what to look for. Stick with us until the end of this video as we reveal exactly how much these coins can be worth, and how you can spot a valuable one in your own collection. Let's start with a quick overview of the iconic Lincoln wheat penny itself. The 1-cent coin, featuring Abraham Lincoln, has been a staple in American currency for over a century. The Lincoln wheat penny, specifically from the years 1909 to 1958, is one of the most recognizable and sought-after series for collectors. The design was first created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse side, and 2 ears of wheat on the reverse, symbolizing abundance and the American agricultural heritage. Now, the 1957 edition is especially intriguing, as it marks the last year of production for the wheat design before it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. Though millions of 1957 wheat pennies were minted, some rare and unique specimens can fetch prices far above face value, making them highly desirable among collectors. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny has a rich history behind it. The United States was in the midst of the post-World War II economic boom in the 1950s, and the penny, while still a symbol of everyday transactions, was a product of an era filled with change and growth. This makes the 1957 penny a snapshot of the time, one that collectors now look to for its historical and numismatic value. When it comes to the design of the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny, let's take a closer look. On the obverse side of the coin, we see the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, facing right. Above him is the inscription, Liberty, with the year of minting, 1957, below. Lincoln's image on the penny is iconic, and it serves as a tribute to the 16th President of the United States. On the reverse side, you'll find the 2 ears of wheat, along with the words, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent, in bold letters. The design is simple yet powerful, paying homage to America's agricultural roots. And let's not forget the small but significant mint mark located just beneath the 1 cent inscription, which indicates whether the coin was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But what makes the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable? While many of these pennies are still readily available and relatively inexpensive, the real value lies in the specific characteristics that make certain coins rare and sought after. The key factors that can increase the value of a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny are condition, minting errors, and the presence of rare variants. First, let's talk about condition. Like any collectible, the condition of a coin plays a major role in determining its value. The 1957 penny, in its mint state, is shiny and free from wear or damage. Most 1957 pennies you come across will have some signs of circulation, but if you happen to find one in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition, you're looking at a much higher value. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. But there's another factor that can skyrocket the value of a 1957 penny: minting errors. Minting errors occur when there's a mistake made during the coin's production. These errors can range from misprints to off-center strikes or even double-die errors, where certain details of the design are stamped twice. These types of errors are incredibly rare and can be extremely valuable to collectors. One of the most famous errors found on the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is the double-die obverse error, which occurs when the obverse design is stamped multiple times, creating a doubling effect on the date and the inscription, Liberty. This type of error is highly coveted, and finding a 1957 penny with this defect could mean big money in your pocket. Other errors to look for include off-center strikes, where the coin is struck too far off the center of the planchet, or even coins that are missing a part of their design due to a damaged die. If you happen to find one of these rarities, you could have a true treasure on your hands. So, how do you spot a valuable 1957 Lincoln wheat penny? Well, the first thing to check is the condition of the coin. Look for any signs of wear and tear, as these will significantly reduce the value. If the coin looks like it's been through years of circulation, it's probably not going to be worth much. However, if you come across a coin that's in excellent condition, with little to no visible signs of wear, that's a good sign that you might have something special. Next, take a close look at the mint mark. The 1957 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While most 1957 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, coins with a D mint mark, Denver, or S mint mark, San Francisco, are generally more sought after. The rarity of the minting location can add a little extra value to the coin, especially if it's in good condition. Finally, and most importantly, keep your eyes peeled for any minting errors. Look closely for any doubling on the lettering or unusual characteristics that might suggest an error during production. If you think you've found an error coin, it's best to get it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity and value. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for: how much can a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny be worth? If you find a 1957 penny in uncirculated condition, it could be worth around $3,000. But, if you discover a rare error coin, such as the famous double die obverse variety, your coin could fetch anywhere from $36,000 to $36,000, depending on its specific characteristics and condition. Imagine finding a small penny that's been tucked away for decades, only to discover that it could be worth thousands of dollars. That's the exciting world of coin collecting, where small, often overlooked pieces of history can hold immense value. So, now I want to know, have you ever come across a rare coin in your collection, or maybe even found a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny? Drop a comment below and share your coin hunting stories with us. Today, we're going to be exploring one of the most iconic and intriguing coins in U.S. history, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny. You may have seen one of these coins in your pocket change and thought little of it, but did you know that this small piece of history could actually be worth a small fortune? Stick with us as we take a closer look at what makes the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny so special, and how you can spot one that could be worth thousands of dollars. Let's start by discussing the history behind the Lincoln wheat penny. This coin was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Featuring a portrait of the 16th U.S. President on the obverse and 2 ears of wheat on the reverse, the design was created by Victor David Brenner. The coin was meant to symbolize the country's agricultural roots and honor Lincoln's legacy. The design remained unchanged until 1958, making the 1953 coin part of the final years of the iconic wheat series. Now, let's focus specifically on the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny. By the time the 1953 penny was released, the United States was well into the post-World War II era. The economy was booming, and people's everyday transactions were bustling. But even though millions of these coins were minted, there are a few rare features and conditions that can make the 1953 penny extremely valuable today. So, what exactly makes the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny valuable? For the most part, these coins are still relatively common, and they might not fetch a lot of money in average condition. However, there are several key factors that can increase the value of a 1953 penny, making it a desirable find for collectors. First, let's talk about condition. The most significant factor in determining a coin's value is its condition. Like many other coins, the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny was produced in large quantities, and most of these coins circulated in the daily transactions of the 1950s. As a result, they show signs of wear and tear, making them less valuable in the market. However, if you come across a 1953 penny that is in excellent or uncirculated condition, you've got a much more valuable piece in your hands. The better the condition, the higher the price. It's really that simple. A coin that looks as if it's just come from the mint and has no signs of being used could fetch a significant amount. Another major factor that can increase the value of the 1953 penny is the presence of minting errors. These mistakes happen during the coin production process and can make an otherwise ordinary penny extraordinarily valuable. Minting errors can range from minor misprints to more significant flaws that make the coin unique. One of the most famous and valuable errors in the Lincoln wheat penny series is the double die error. This happens when the design is imprinted onto the coin more than once, causing a doubling effect on certain details like the year or the word Liberty. A 1953 Lincoln wheat penny with a double die obverse is highly sought after by collectors. You'll know you found one if you can clearly see a doubling of the date or the word Liberty on the obverse of the coin. These coins are considered rare and can significantly increase in value due to their uniqueness and error. In fact, a double die 1953 penny could fetch tens of thousands of dollars if it's in good condition. Other types of errors you may find on a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny include off-center strikes, where the coin is stamped slightly off the center of the planchet, or die cracks, where the design is affected by a crack in the die used to strike the coin. These types of minting errors are highly collectible and can drive the price of the coin up. Another factor to consider is the mint mark on the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny. Just like other years in the series, the 1953 penny was minted in several locations, with the three primary mint marks being D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and no mint mark for Philadelphia. While the 1953 Philadelphia pennies are the most common, the Denver and San Francisco versions are considered rarer and often more valuable, especially when they're in excellent condition or possess a minting error. So, how do you spot a valuable 1953 Lincoln wheat penny? First, take a close look at the overall condition. If the coin shows significant signs of wear, it's likely not going to be worth a lot. However, if the coin is still shiny, with well-defined details and minimal wear, it could be worth more. Next, examine the coin for any minting errors. Look closely at the date and the word Liberty on the obverse to see if there's any doubling or other unusual features. Check the reverse for any anomalies or signs of errors, like an off-center strike or missing details. Finally, don't forget to check the mint mark. If you see a D or an S mint mark, that could increase the coin's value. However, it's the combination of condition, rarity, and any potential minting errors that can push a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny into the higher value range. Now, let's talk about the exciting part. How much is the 1953 Lincoln wheat penny worth? In average condition, a 1953 penny might only be worth a few cents or a dollar or two. However, if you happen to find a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny in pristine condition, it could be worth anywhere from $3,000 to $38,000, depending on the specifics of the coin. If you're lucky enough to find one with a rare minting error, like a double die obverse, your coin could be worth even more. It's amazing to think that something as small as a penny could hold such value, especially when it's a piece of history. A simple 1953 Lincoln wheat penny could turn into a treasure, so be sure to take a closer look at any pennies you come across, especially if they're from this era. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare coin, or maybe a 1953 Lincoln wheat penny in your collection? Drop a comment below and let us know about your coin hunting adventures. Today, we're diving into a piece of American history, the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny. This coin might seem like a common, everyday penny to some, but it holds a surprising amount of value for those who know what to look for. Stick around as we reveal why this 1952 penny could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent. Let's begin with the basics. The Lincoln wheat penny, which was first introduced in 1909, became one of the most iconic and recognizable coins in the United States. Featuring the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 ears of wheat on the reverse, the design symbolizes America's deep agricultural roots. This design remained in circulation until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. That means the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny is part of the last years before the major design change, making it an interesting historical artifact as well as a valuable piece for collectors. But why is the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny so valuable? Well, there are several factors that make it special. First, while millions of these coins were minted, only a small percentage of them remain in good condition today. Most of these pennies have circulated for years, meaning they've been subjected to wear and tear. This reduces their value significantly, but if you happen to find one in excellent or uncirculated condition, it could be worth a lot more than you think. Now, let's talk about what makes this coin unique in terms of design. The obverse of the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny features a bust of Abraham Lincoln, with the word Liberty engraved to the left and In God We Trust inscribed to the right. Below the portrait, you'll find the year of mintage, 1952. This design was created by artist Victor David Brenner and has become synonymous with the U.S. penny. On the reverse side, you'll see 2 ears of wheat, which was a symbol of prosperity in agriculture in America. Above the wheat, you'll find the inscription United States of America and E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. But here's where things get interesting. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny is sought after for its rarity in good condition. These coins were minted in very high numbers, but the wear and tear that comes from years of circulation has made finding one in excellent shape a true treasure. So, if you come across one that looks brand new or nearly untouched, you're already off to a good start. Let's take a closer look at what you should be looking for when examining a 1952 Lincoln wheat penny. First, condition is key. The value of any coin depends largely on its grade, and the 1952 penny is no exception. A coin that shows little to no wear, with sharp, clear details on both sides, will be much more valuable than one that's been heavily worn down. When grading coins, collectors often look for coins that are uncirculated or in mint condition, as they command the highest prices in the market. You also want to pay attention to any special markings, such as mint marks. The 1952 Lincoln wheat penny was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The majority of these pennies were minted in Philadelphia and do not have a mint mark, but those with a D for Denver or S for San Francisco are much rarer and can fetch a higher price. If you find a 1952 penny with one of these mint marks, that's already a good sign that your coin could be worth more than average. But it's not just about the mint marks. There are certain rare features that could dramatically increase the value of a 1952 penny: errors. Yes, minting errors are one of the most exciting and valuable aspects of coin collecting. Errors occur during the production process, and they can make a coin much more desirable to collectors. For the 1952 Lincoln wheat penny, there are a few types of errors you'll want to keep an eye out for. One of the most common errors for this year is the double die obverse error. This occurs when the design is struck multiple times, creating a doubling effect on parts of the coin, particularly the date or the word Liberty. If you can spot a double date or lettering on your 1952 penny, you found a rare and highly collectible error coin that could be worth significantly more. Another error to look out for is an off-center strike, where the design is misaligned during the minting process, causing part of the coin to be cut off. Off-center strikes can make a coin appear unique, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for these misprints. In addition to these more common errors, there could be other unique defects such as die cracks or poorly aligned stamps that make a coin one of a kind. If you happen to find a 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with one of these features, you may have stumbled upon a coin that is both valuable and highly sought after by collectors. So, how do you spot a valuable 1952 Lincoln wheat penny? The first step is to check the condition of the coin. Look for signs of wear. Does the coin look smooth and shiny, or is it heavily worn? A coin with strong, clear features is much more valuable than one with noticeable damage. After that, check the mint mark to see if it was minted in Denver or San Francisco, as those versions tend to be rarer. Lastly, take a close look at the design. If you spot a doubled date, doubled lettering, or any other unusual characteristics, you might be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much could your 1952 Lincoln wheat penny be worth? In general, a well-preserved 1952 penny can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to $100, depending on its condition and mint mark. However, if you have a coin in mint or uncirculated condition, or if you find one with a rare error such as a double die obverse, your penny could be worth much more. In some cases, A 1952 Lincoln wheat penny with a minting error can fetch anywhere from $3,000 to $34,000, depending on the specific rarity of the coin. It's incredible to think that something as simple as a penny could be worth so much, especially when you take into account the historical significance and potential rarity of each coin. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or rummaging through an old collection, keep an eye out for those 1952 Lincoln wheat pennies. You never know when you might find a hidden gem. Now, we want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare 1952 Lincoln wheat penny in your collection, or do you have a favorite coin error story? Drop a comment below and share your coin hunting experiences with us. Today, we're going to dive into the fascinating world of the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny. You might have seen these pennies floating around in your spare change, but did you know that one of these seemingly ordinary coins could be worth thousands of dollars? Stick around, because in this video, we'll uncover the history, key features, and errors that make the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny one of the most desirable coins among collectors today. The Lincoln wheat penny, which has become a staple in American numismatics, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by artist Victor David Brenner, the penny features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, along with the iconic wheat stalks on the reverse. This design remained in circulation for nearly 5 decades, from 1909 to 1958, before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. But today, we're focusing specifically on the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, a coin that may seem common at first glance but is far more valuable than many realize. So, what makes the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny stand out? The key factors that contribute to the value of this coin include its historical significance, condition, and any potential errors it may have. The 1950 penny was minted during a period of recovery for the United States after World War II, and it was an essential part of the nation's everyday transactions. But while many of these coins circulated freely and showed signs of wear, certain versions, especially those in pristine condition or with rare errors, can fetch a high price on the market. Let's start by discussing the key features of the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny. The obverse of the coin features a detailed portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, along with the inscriptions, "Liberty," to the left, and, "In God We Trust," to the right. Beneath the portrait, you'll find the date, 1950, which tells you exactly when this penny was minted. The reverse of the coin features 2 ears of wheat, a symbol of America's agricultural roots, with the words, "United States of America," and "E Pluribus Unum" encircling the design. While this design is iconic and well-known, it's the condition of the coin that really sets its value apart. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. When it comes to collecting rare coins, one of the most important factors is how well the coin has been preserved. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, like many coins of its era, was widely circulated, meaning that most examples have experienced wear and tear over the years. Coins with scratches, discoloration, or flattened details are common, but if you happen to come across a 1950 penny that looks like it's just come from the mint, you've got a truly rare find on your hands. Uncirculated coins, or those with minimal signs of use, are the most desirable and can command premium prices. Next, let's discuss mint marks and their impact on value. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny was produced at 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Pennies minted in Philadelphia do not have a mint mark, while those produced in Denver carry the D mint mark, and those from San Francisco have the S mint mark. Generally, coins from the San Francisco and Denver mints are rarer than those from Philadelphia, and in some cases, this can make a big difference in value. For example, a 1950 S Lincoln wheat penny might be more sought after by collectors than a 1950 Philadelphia penny, especially if it's in excellent condition. However, the real treasure lies in the rarer, more unique versions of the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, those with minting errors. Coin errors occur during the production process, and they make a coin stand out from the rest. Some errors can be relatively minor, but others can drastically increase the value of a coin, especially if they're one of a kind. For the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, there are a few types of errors that collectors are particularly keen to find. One of the most significant errors that can occur on the 1950 penny is the double die obverse error. This happens when the design is struck onto the coin multiple times, causing the details, such as the date or the word Liberty, to appear doubled. If you're lucky enough to find a 1950 Lincoln wheat penny with a double die obverse, especially in good condition, you could be holding a coin that is worth far more than its face value. These error coins are incredibly rare, and collectors often pay top dollar for them. Another error to look for is an off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is not properly aligned in the minting press, causing the design to be struck slightly off-center. These types of errors create unique coins that collectors love, and they can significantly increase a penny's value. Off-center strikes on the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny are highly sought after, and if you find one, you may just have a valuable collector's item in your hands. In addition to double die and off-center strike errors, there are other types of minting flaws that could increase the value of your 1950 penny. For example, die crack occurs when there is a crack in the die used to strike the coin, which can cause a raised line or flaw to appear on the surface of the penny. These die cracks can make the coin appear unique, and collectors are often willing to pay a premium for such errors. Additionally, coins with misaligned dies or unusual wear patterns can also attract the attention of collectors. Now that we know what to look for, let's talk about how much the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny could actually be worth. In most cases, a regular 1950 penny in good condition might only be worth a few cents above its face value. However, if the coin is in excellent or uncirculated condition, it could be worth anywhere from $3,100 to $39,000, depending on the specific rarity and errors it may have. The presence of minting errors, such as a double die obverse or an off-center strike, can push the value even higher, making this seemingly humble penny a true treasure for collectors. It's hard to believe that a simple 1950 penny could be worth so much, but when you consider the rarity, condition, and potential for errors, it becomes clear why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins. So, next time you come across a 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, take a close look. It could be more than just a piece of pocket change, it could be a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Before we wrap up, we want to hear from you. Have you ever found a rare 1950 Lincoln wheat penny, or maybe a coin with an exciting error? Share your experiences with us in the comments below. Today, we're diving into one of the last coins from the iconic Lincoln wheat series, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny. While this may seem like a regular penny, it has the potential to be a valuable find. Stick around as we uncover the details that make the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny not just another coin, but a sought-after collector's item. Let's set the stage for the 1958 penny. This coin was the final year the Lincoln wheat design was used before it was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. In fact, the 1958 penny is the last to feature the classic wheat ears on the reverse side, which makes it a key year in the series. If you've ever come across a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny, you might have noticed that it's not all that different from other pennies in its design, but it's the details that truly matter when it comes to its value. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny features a classic design that was created by artist Victor David Brenner. The obverse shows a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, along with the inscriptions, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." The date, 1958, is clearly marked beneath Lincoln's portrait, and you'll see the mint mark, if present, right beneath the date. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll see two stalks of wheat, symbolizing the country's agricultural foundation, and above the wheat, the words, United States of America, and the famous motto, E pluribus unum, which translates to, out of many, one. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Well, there are a few key factors to keep in mind. The first is its rarity in pristine condition. While the 1958 penny was minted in large numbers, many of them have seen a lot of circulation, which means they've experienced wear and tear over the years. If you happen to come across one in uncirculated or near mint condition, you're looking at a coin that's much rarer than it may seem. When evaluating the value of a coin like the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny, the condition is everything. Coins that show minimal wear with crisp details and a bright finish are the ones that collectors prize the most. Even though the 1958 penny might seem common, a well-preserved coin can fetch a much higher price on the market, but it's not just about the condition, it's also about the mint mark. The 1958 penny was minted in 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Pennies from Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, while those from Denver have a D, and those from San Francisco carry an S. While the vast majority of 1958 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, the coins with a D or S mint mark are less common, and they can be more valuable. A 1958 D or 1958 S penny in excellent condition could be worth much more than its Philadelphia counterpart. However, what really sets the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny apart are the rare errors that can occur during the minting process. Coin errors are highly sought after by collectors because they make a coin unique. These errors happen when something goes wrong during the production, resulting in a misstruck or improperly minted coin. Some of these errors are subtle, while others are more pronounced. If you happen to find a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny with a rare error, your coin could be worth far more than you expect. One of the most valuable errors on the 1958 penny is the double die obverse. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the design to appear twice, creating a double effect on parts of the coin, such as the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust. A 1958 penny with this error is highly prized by collectors and can fetch a hefty sum, especially if the doubling is clear and easy to spot. Another error that can make a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny more valuable is an off-center strike. This happens when the coin is not properly aligned when struck by the minting press, causing part of the design to be missing or misaligned. Off-center strikes are rare, and they make a coin appear unique, which increases its desirability among collectors. If you find a 1958 penny with this type of error, you may have stumbled upon a valuable coin. In addition to the double die obverse and off-center strikes, there are other types of minting errors that could occur on the 1958 penny. For example, die cracks can create raised lines or features on the coin, making it visually distinct. Some collectors look for these die cracks because they add a unique element to the coin, and in certain cases, they can make a coin even more valuable. Now that we know what to look for, let's talk about how much the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny could actually be worth. In general, a regular 1958 penny in decent condition might only be worth a few cents above its face value. However, if the coin is in excellent or uncirculated condition, its value can rise dramatically. A 1958 penny in mint condition or with a rare mint mark like D or S could be worth hundreds of dollars, depending on its quality. But what about those rare error coins? If you happen to find a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny with a notable minting error, like a double die obverse or off-center strike, your coin could be worth a small fortune. In some cases, these error coins have been known to sell for anywhere between $3,300 and $37,000, depending on the rarity and demand. That's right, a single penny could be worth tens of thousands of dollars if it has a rare minting error. It's incredible to think that something as small and seemingly insignificant as a penny could hold such value, but for coin collectors, it's all about the condition, the mint mark, and those rare, unique errors. So, the next time you come across a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Before we finish up, we want to hear from you. Have you ever found a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny or any other rare coins in your collection? Do you have any stories about coin errors or rare finds? Drop a comment below and share your experiences with us. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming coin discoveries. Thanks for tuning in, and happy collecting!